all, I want to do a quick Module 2 follow-up and talk briefly about some of the work that you guys produced for Module 2. The goal of Module 2 was to get you comfortable thinking about and understanding different displays of information using design considerations like tables and charts and graphs and more. So for the first activity, I asked you guys to format a big chunk of information using tables, which are used for two purposes. Tables can be used to represent complex data in columns and rows, or they can be used as an underlying grid to arrange information. So you had some semi-formatted information, and you may have created something that looked like this, a little bit more festive, appropriate to the event. Some of the things I was looking for, and again, you didn't necessarily need to use, okay, wait a sec. For this, you did need to use a table. But this sort of document doesn't have to be set up in a table. But what I wanted you guys to see is the ways in which columns and rows can help to arrange information much, much better than the ruler bar and the use of tabs can. I want to see you guys delete that redundant column. Everyone graduated in 2002, so no need to include that there. I was hoping to see you guys convert the text from tricky to read all caps to upper and lowercase, and to work to better control cell alignment. So, and you guys noticed in the semi-formatted document, there's pretty awkward spacing because each cell is forced full alignment. By selecting those cells and adjusting the cell alignment, you could convert them to left alignment, ragged right, which made the text much easier and got rid of those awkward empty spaces between words. Also, with the letter case, you might have retyped the content, but the newer versions of Word, if you're in the Home tab, you look and see an icon that has a capital A and a lowercase a, and that will allow you to select a chunk of text and automatically change the case. The second use of tables I asked you guys to engage in was the design of a form. Forms are everywhere. I don't know about you, but I fill out many, many of them every week, and I often don't pay that much attention to them until they're really, unless they're really badly designed. But I really think the creation of good usable forms is itself an art form. So what I was hoping to see is that you guys created a readable, understandable, and usable form with enough room for people to complete the form. I wanted to see proximity for sorting information, contrast to distinguish between chunks of information, and the redesign of the lists in the form content, so a hanging indent is included. Then we moved into charts for the last two activities. For the first chart, I asked you guys to represent what you do in a typical day. Typical day is 24 hours. 24 hours is one day or 100% of a whole, so a pie chart was the correct choice. You might have created something like this. And what I was looking for in the time chart was the use of a pie chart. I want to see good labels and good explanations, and a legend that was clear and matches the chart itself. The last activity was incredibly complex. I threw a bunch of data at you guys, and you had to choose a chart or charts to represent that data. Some of you kept all of the data in one chart. Others created 3, 4, or 5 different charts to represent the different types of data. What I was looking for was a complex bar chart. I didn't want to see the inclusion of 2008 data. There was no data in 2008, so no need to include or represent it. I wanted to make sure that you included the notes. Those are part of the chart and needed to be represented. I wanted to see good data labels, as I wanted to see across all the charts that we created, and some visual indication that 2015 is projected. So what I hope you guys will take from this activity is a sense of when to choose what types of data displays, and how to take advantage of all of the formatting options, or at least some of the formatting options in Word or Excel in creating charts. The big takeaways are this: how we display information counts, and it counts in a pretty important way. We've talked so far in our lessons about typography and how different design elements count, how we can use contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity and put that to use. What you should take now, if you don't already have a pretty honed sense of this, is the different types of displays and when and how they're used, the different elements of individual data displays, the importance of descriptive clear titling and labeling, and the characteristics underneath data displays and the work that they do in those displays.